The night after my grandmother passed away, my phone rang, and her name showed up on the screen. If you're watching this alone, you might want to turn the lights on. This happened in late 2023, just a day after my grandmother died. She had been sick for a while, so we all knew it was coming. But that doesn't really make it easier. We were close. I used to visit her every weekend growing up. And even after I moved out, we talked on the phone almost every other day. So when she passed, the silence hit harder than anything else. The day after her funeral, everything felt off. Not sad, not quiet, just wrong. That night I couldn't sleep. My phone was on the table next to my bed, screen facing down, room completely dark. At exactly 2:43 a.m., it started vibrating. I reached for it without thinking, and when I turned it over, my heart stopped. Caller ID, Grandma. I stared at the screen, because that number had been disconnected earlier that day. I know that. I was there when my mom canceled it. The phone kept ringing. I didn't answer. I couldn't. After a few seconds, it stopped. And then, a voicemail notification appeared. I didn't open it right away. I just sat there, staring at the phone, trying to convince myself there was some explanation. A glitch, delayed call, anything. Finally, I pressed play. At first, just static. Then, breathing. Slow. Weak. And then her voice. Soft. Familiar. Why didn't you pick up? I dropped the phone because it wasn't distorted. It wasn't unclear. It was exactly her voice. Like she was right next to me. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I checked the call log again. No missed call. No voicemail. Nothing. Like it never happened. I told myself I imagined it. Grief does that, right? That's what I kept telling myself. Until the next night. 2:43 a.m. Again. The phone rang. Same name. Same contact. This time, I answered. I don't know why. Maybe I needed to know. Hello? Silence. Then, her voice. Come visit me? My throat went dry. Grandma? No response. Just breathing again. And then, a faint sound. Wind. Like she was outside somewhere. Cold. Empty. The call ended on its own. The next morning, I went to her house. I don't know what I expected. Closure, maybe. But when I got there, the front door was unlocked. That wasn't normal. We had locked everything after the funeral. I stepped inside slowly. The house was silent, but something felt different, like someone had been there. Recently, I walked toward her room, and that's when I heard it. A phone ringing from inside. I froze, because her phone was supposed to be turned off. I pushed the door open. Her bed was empty. Room exactly how we left it, except for one thing. Her phone, sitting on the bed, screen lighting up. Incoming call. From me. I backed away slowly, because my phone was still in my hand. And then, her phone answered on its own. No touch, no movement. And I heard my voice, coming from it. Hello? I ran. I didn't go back after that. I blocked her number, deleted the contact. But it didn't matter. Because sometimes, at exactly 2:43 a.m., my phone still lights up. No name, no number, just one word. Calling. 3 nights after my dad's funeral, I heard the front door unlock. The problem was, I was the one who buried him. This happened in early 2022, a few days after my dad passed away. It was sudden. No warning, no time to process it properly. One day he was there, the next he wasn't. After the funeral, my mom stayed with my aunt for a few days, so I was alone in the house, just me, and everything he left behind. The first night alone was quiet, too quiet. No TV in the background, no footsteps, no doors opening, just silence. I barely slept. The second night was worse. I kept hearing small sounds, floor creaks, a chair shifting, things that made no sense in an empty house, but I told myself it was normal. Old house, settling noises. That's what I wanted to believe. Then came the third night. At exactly 2:18 a.m., I heard it, the front door unlocking. I froze in bed because I knew that sound, the key turning, the lock clicking, slow, familiar, the way my dad always did it. I sat up slowly, my heart pounding. Then the door opened. Footsteps, heavy, measured. Walking inside, I couldn't move because I knew those footsteps. I grew up hearing them, and they were getting closer. From the hallway toward my room. Then they stopped. Right outside my door. Silence. And then a knock. 3 times. Slow. Exactly how he used to knock. My throat went dry. "Dad?" No answer. Just the sound of breathing on the other side of the door. Then his voice. Low. "Come. Why didn't you come with me?" I felt my chest tighten because that didn't make sense. I got up slowly. Every step felt wrong, like I wasn't supposed to be doing this. But I reached the door anyway. My hand hovered over the handle. And then my phone buzzed. I looked down. A message from my mom. "Don't open the door." My entire body went cold because I hadn't told her anything. I hadn't called, hadn't texted, and she never sends messages that late. Then another knock. Harder this time. "Open it." His voice didn't sound right anymore. It was still him, but something was off, like it was being forced. I stepped back, didn't touch the handle. The knocking stopped. Silence again, then footsteps, walking away. Back down the hallway, then the front door, opening, closing. And just like that, everything went quiet again. I didn't sleep at all. In the morning, I checked the front door. Still locked. From the inside, no signs anyone came in. Nothing out of place. But one thing. There was mud. On the floor. Leading from the door. To my room. And then back out again. I don't know what came back that night. But I know one thing. If I had opened that door, I wouldn't be here telling this story. At 3:12 a.m., I saw myself on the security cameras. The problem was, I was still sitting in the security room. If you're watching this alone, you might want to turn the lights on. This happened in late 2024, when I took a night security job at an office complex just outside Denver, Colorado. The building wasn't huge. 3 floors, 1 underground parking level, and long, quiet hallways that felt different after midnight. At night, the place was completely empty. No employees, no cleaning crew, just me. My job was simple. Watch the cameras, do hourly patrols, log anything unusual. Easy money. That's what I thought. My shift started at 11 p.m. The first few nights were normal. Too normal. Nothing ever happened. Just empty hallways, dark offices, and that constant low hum of the building. Then on my fifth night, something changed. At exactly 3:12 a.m., one of the monitors flickered. Just for a second. Then it came back. Everything looked normal, except for one thing. Camera 6. The hallway outside the stairwell. There was someone there. Standing still, I leaned closer to the screen, trying to make it out. And then my stomach dropped. Because it was me. Same uniform, same posture. Standing there, not moving. I slowly turned my head and looked at the hallway outside the security room. Empty. No one there. I looked back at the monitor. Still there. Still me. I told myself it was a glitch. Camera delay. Old system. That made sense. At least, it felt like it did. Then the figure moved. On the screen, I took a step forward. But I hadn't moved. Not even a little. My hands went cold. Because whatever that was, wasn't copying me anymore. It was moving on its own. Slowly, it turned its head toward the camera. Directly at me, and smiled. The screen went black. Camera 6 disappeared. I didn't move for a long time. Just sat there, staring at the blank screen, trying to convince myself I didn't just see that. But deep down, I knew I did. The next night, I paid attention to the time. 3:12 a.m. Right on time. The monitor flickered again. Camera 6 came back. And there it was. Me. Standing in the same hallway. But closer this time. A few steps nearer to the camera. Like it was moving toward something. Toward me. I stood up slowly. My heart racing. And for a second, I thought about doing something stupid. I thought about going to that hallway, seeing it for myself. But I didn't. Because something inside me was screaming, "Don't go." So I stayed, and I watched. On the screen, the other me kept moving, step by step. Closer. Then it stopped. Right in front of the camera. And leaned forward. Like it was trying to look through the screen. At me. Then it spoke. No sound came through. But I could read its lips. "Come here." I shut the monitor off. I didn't want to see it anymore. But that didn't stop it. Because a few seconds later, I heard footsteps. Outside the security room. Slow. Heavy. Matching the steps I saw on the screen. I froze. Because there was no one else in the building. And yet, someone was walking toward me. The footsteps stopped right outside the door. Silence. Then, a knock. 3 times. Slow. Deliberate. Exactly how I knock. My throat went dry because I hadn't moved and I hadn't knocked. Then, my voice from outside the door. Open it. I didn't respond. I couldn't, because I already knew if I opened that door, I wouldn't be the one inside anymore. The knocking stopped. Footsteps again. Walking away. Back into the hallway. I didn't leave the security room for the rest of the shift. Not even once. The next morning, I checked the logs. Everything looked normal. Except for one thing. An entry. Written at 3:14 a.m. Guard left the room. My hand started shaking. Because I never left. Not once. But according to the system, I did. And there was footage to prove it. When I checked the recording, I saw it. The security room door opening.
And me?
Walking out. Calm, silent. Like nothing was wrong. But I remember that moment. I never moved. Which means something else used me.